I'm going to try my best to say his name right the whole time. I keep calling him Sean Marion. He isn't. He's Sean Mannion from the Green Bay Packers. And you know me, I am generally skeptical of everything, but I tried to not be that way with this hire. So I spent last night and I spent this morning trying to talk myself into this is good. I feel good about this. I did all sorts of stuff. I listened to press conferences that he had. I was looking up Kellen Moore's stats from when he was an offensive coordinator the first time, right? It was just 2 years after he stopped playing.
Good
Had
point
the number one offense in the NFL his first year, number 6 in points, number 1 in yards. And I kept trying to convince myself. I feel like people are doing that too, right? And I just have to say, the more I try to convince myself, the more nervous I get about it. The hire makes me nervous. The whole offseason has made me nervous. The fact is, here's the fact. I don't care how many times you see reporters tell you otherwise, this, that, and the other. They hired their 5th choice for offensive coordinator. Their 5th. Maybe 4th if we're being kind, but probably 5th. McDaniel, Daboll, Weis, and probably Declan Doyle from Chicago if they had their chance. So they hired their 5th choice for offensive coordinator. He's been a coach for 2 years. He's been a quarterback's coach for 1 year. He's never called plays. He is going into a situation where the previous offensive coordinator was the target of literally everyone in a very disappointing season. And he's going to come in here trying to fix an offense, more specifically a pass game, that has never really been all that good, with a quarterback who is basically on a prove-it year of a deal, and a head coach who might be in a prove-it year of a deal, where everybody expects Super Bowl stuff. So I have no doubt that Ryan Mannion is a smart guy.
Sean Mannion.
Sean Mannion. See what happens?
Ryan Mannion is
Mannion Foundation. Yes. Sorry. There's so many Mannions.
They are.
I have no doubt that Sean Mannion, I told you right from the beginning,
Sorry.
there was going to be a name problem.
Yep.
I have no doubt that Sean Mannion is a smart guy. I have no doubt that he is well thought of in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But when the organization is trying so desperately to spin things, it makes me even more nervous about it, right? What is the spin we're hearing today? Well, he wasn't the hot candidate this year, but he would have been next year. Oh, well, of course. And the other spin is, this was Nick the entire time that wanted to hire him. It's just like spin and spin and spin, and it makes me nervous that an organization that is of their stature in the NFL had to hire their 5th best choice, who has never called plays in a situation like this. And I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around how this is the best decision for the Philadelphia Eagles, or the best outcome, rather, for the Philadelphia Eagles in 2026.
Yeah, I share some of those similar thoughts, especially when it comes to just having certain question marks there. I'm trying to find the positives in this, obviously trying to get some fresh, new ideas into the offensive schemes can be a positive. Adding Grizzard to this hiring cycle as the pass game coordinator, that put me in a thought process of maybe these hires aren't so much about next year. They are more about next year and moving forward. Here's the thing that I wanted the Eagles to do. Hire someone that could be here. I also wanted someone with experience. So let me start with that first.
Sure.
I wanted someone with play calling experience that could run an offense, that has an idea of what they want to do, that knows how to put plays together in sequence and be able to understand situational football and have an idea every week of how they want to attack a defense. But more importantly, having that experience as a play caller. That they didn't hire that. They hired inexperience and they hired potential.
Upside.
Yes. Right? So that's what they went for, which makes me believe that the amount of pressure that we're putting on the team for next year to succeed and be better, I don't know if the Eagles are doing that, because the hires don't line up with that type of thinking. To expect Sean Mannion to come in here and all of a sudden turn this into a top 10 offense and fix everything that's wrong with the passing game in his first year, I think it would be unrealistic and unfair to him to expect that. This is a pressure cooker of a town to be in we over-scrutinize everything, and the Eagles' offensive coordinator job position, you can make the argument of the 10 openings that happen from a head coaching standpoint, this has been talked about more than half of those head coaching openings.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Right?
I agree.
This has certainly been more important than who the hell is Arizona hiring as a coach?
All over.
Who is Cleveland hiring as a coach?
The entire,
yes.
Once again, Philadelphia Eagles in the bullseye of the national media.
Yes, and that's what it's going to be. So I can't believe that they would have hired someone expecting an 180-degree turn in offensive production, or your job is on the line next year. That would seem to be unfair to these guys who they view having bright young minds. So I say this to say, is this about the future for the Eagles? And if I look at it that way and lower my expectations, I can be okay with the hire. But if I'm expecting somehow for this to be a Super Bowl contending offense next year under this stewardship, that's unrealistic to me. And I think it's unfair to put that type of pressure on someone who's just stepped away from the game of playing and has only been in a coaching position for 1 year. And let me just say this. It's the difference between calling plays and putting together an offense versus coaching up technique at the quarterback position. So him coaching Jordan Love at the quarterback position is great, and what he did from an individual standpoint. He wasn't tasked with calling plays under pressure in the games.
Yeah, working on Jordan Love not throwing off his back foot is a lot different than it's 3rd and 7 against the Cowboys on Monday night, and you're down 21-17, and you need to convert, and what is the best play? It's a different job.
And guess what? If it doesn't work, you're going to have to answer for it. He didn't have to answer for things that didn't work in Green Bay.
Right.
That was Matt LaFleur's job to do. So I don't want to rain on his parade. I know that's not what you're doing.
No.
But I don't want to rain on his parade for what I know is a big job opportunity for him. But only way I can't do that is by lowering my expectations for them next year.
215-592-9494. Yes,
I have to lower my expectations. Because if I'm going to sit here and say, dude, we're back, we're going to the Super Bowl. What? I don't see how that's happening next year.
To me, and 215-592-9494, are you nervous about the Sean Mannion hire?
A little bit.
Is this
a little bit?
It's so easy to say that, you know what, this is about building for the future. We thought we had a future guy in Kevin Patullo. Turned out we didn't. We need to restock the cupboard full of young coaching talent, and this is about the future. That's fine until it's the first game of next year, and we look at an offensive line where everybody's getting paid $20+ million, a quarterback who's making $50 million and needs a new contract, potentially A.J. Brown, potentially Devontae Smith, Vic Fangio, and a number one style defense. It's very easy to say we're going to let Sean Mannion grow into this, but I don't know how that's possible.
Well, and to your point, it's easy for me to say on January 31st.
When the season's 7 months away.
Yes. We know when the games start and we want results.
Yes.
Right? We have the same expectation for the Eagles every week to win. We go into the season every year. We may say, it's not a Super Bowl team. When you have this type of talent, how do you not expect that? So that's kind of where I think I'm at. I'm just caught in between, this can't be – I can't have the same level of expectations that I would have had, say you brought in an experienced play caller. Like if Brian Daboll had come in here and been the play caller.
Yes.
Man, okay, let's go get a chip.
And that's why it worries me they weren't able to get any of the guys that they actually wanted. And to be clear, I don't think it means they don't think a lot of Sean Mannion. I'm sure they think a lot of Sean Mannion. But if it's not their first choice or second choice or third choice or fourth choice, that lets you know that they probably didn't want a guy who had never called plays either. Because Charlie Weis has called plays, not at the NFL level, but in college. Mike McDaniel's called plays. Brian Daboll's called plays. The guy from Chicago has not.
Declan Doyle.
Declan Doyle has not. It's just I don't know, man. Yeah. It just seems like an awful lot has to go right for this to work out. And we can preach patience, and they can say they're patient, but they weren't that patient with Kevin Patullo. And there were plenty of excuses there to give Kevin Patullo.
Yeah.
And the last thing, there is nothing I want more than to support the young out-of-the-box hire. Right down my aisle. The out-of-the-box hire, it is.
I know it is.
Yeah, I wanted to come in. I was talking myself into coming in and go, you know what?
Do it.
This guy might be the guy.
He's the next McVay.
But, most guys aren't the next McVay. Most guys that they think are the next McVay are not the next McVay.
Right.
And
Yes.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know, Jim.
Maybe at least Kevin O'Connell.
What's that?
Maybe he's at least Kevin O'Connell.
Maybe.
I'm starting to question him.
Well, yeah.
Kevin O'Connell.
Well, they fired the GM today.
Yeah,
Yes.
He said yesterday the Darnold decision keeps him up at night.
Wow.
He said what keeps him up at night?
The Darnold decision.
Oh, well, good.
He said
it should.
He said he lies down and looks at the ceiling every night and wonders if they did the right thing.
What? Can I answer?
Well, that means Kevin O'Connell wanted to get more and move on.
Yeah. You know what? That answer? No, you did not do the right thing.
That
I
answer
could
is
answer
easy.
you on that one.